So, welcome everyone. So glad to have you here. It's Monday, April 24th of 2023. And seeing as we're getting close to doing these calls for 10 years, it's important to put the date in there and actually offer the fullness of that. So, we're so excited to have everybody here who's live and knowing that so many join us afterward with the recordings. Excited to start offering the video version of these for folks who want to be able to follow along. So I'm going to go ahead and pin Eleonora's video so everyone can see Elle. But before we get started, I just want to bring everyone's attention to what's coming up at the Sacred Center in Warwick in New York, not too far from New York City. Well, the first thing is actually, it has nothing to do with being at the Sacred Center. It's that we are making the intro class available to everyone via an on-demand video format. And we just got that on the website today. At the end of our call, I'll show you all where it is on the site. I'll just give you a quick video showing of that. But if you've been meaning to take an intro with Eleonora and haven't been able to figure out the timing or whatever it may be, we now have it available to watch whenever you'd like. And once you've taken the intro class, you'll be able to join Elle at the Sacred Center or online for any of the seasonal chill classes, which they happen 4 times a year. This is part of the process of becoming a certified Chumpy Illumination practitioner. That next spring chill class is coming up the weekend of May 6th and 7th. And then the very next day after that is health kinesiology. It's just muscle testing, which is really key to the work that we do at the Sacred Center. And in many ways, it's kind of a continuation of what you might learn in the intro or one of the seasonal chill classes. And then finally, to call your attention to the fact that there is a trip to Peru coming up at the end of September. So all of these are on the website, sacredcenter.net/events. And of course, please reach out to Elle if you have any questions. If you're on our list, just click reply and Eleonora will get that and be able to help you figure out where to begin and how to get started with the Sacred Center. So without further ado, shall we begin our exploration of, I'm blanking on what essence number 3 is called.
Awakening
self. Awakening self. See, I thought I was awake.
And thanks, Marisa. I just wanted to also add that the classes are, just even if you don't want to become a practitioner or have no desire for that, but just want to use this incredible language that came through to me through many, many experiences and people, and manifested in Chumpy Illumination and the 12 stones, as just a foundation for your own personal healing, because it really helps in waking you up. And also, we were just talking about this. I had a client today and she said, you know what, this is the missing link. And it kind of like links, if you're conscious and you're trying therapies and supplements and ways of meditation and very shamanic stuff, it's a way to really lay a foundation where you feel like you have a bed to lay on while you deepen your connection with life and yourself, right? There's a lot of distractions. I keep hearing that with all my clients and myself. And there's almost like you're out of breath keeping up with just the daily life, and there's a lot to mulch and digest. And I think that this is really a powerful tool. It's not a tool, it's like a form. It gives you a foundation from which you then feel safe, connected, and you actually begin to feel like that, yes, the universe is conspiring on your behalf. You're not forgotten and you're not swimming and treading water alone. You've got help. You've got a place to float. You've got a place to get information, to get direction without always having to work, for it. Like, what else can I take? What else can I do? How many more mantras can I say? And where do I have to go to become more enlightened and or become more healthy? or become less stressed, basically. So this is the place, right? So if you're just tuning in for the first time, we're working with 12 stones, and each one of them has points. So today we're working with, oh, you know what? Oh, right. Remind me that when I do the sound, I should change the recording, right? Should I do that now, Marisa?
Nope, you're good. I'll remind you when it's time. You're perfect.
So that we're working with the number 3 chumping, which is all about unification. And we're working on the number 3 water essence, which is called Awakening Self. And I get so excited when I start remembering where I got the water from. I get very excited because just receiving the water out of the earth and bringing it home in my bags, not my backpack, in my luggage, and then, making these essences has been just an incredible journey for myself. This actually comes from Markawasi. Markawasi is this like remote place that barely has any people in it, but it's called the stone forest. And as this, if you have the book, it explains that the stone forest is a magnificent site in the mountains featuring huge carved stone faces of mysterious origins. I mean, it's on the Pacific coast and nobody's there. It's like 12,000 feet. And like, I don't know if you can see, but this is just one of the carvings. And like on each side, it's kind of like a face. So they call it the faces of humanity, like all the lineages, all the, just all of us together on, and it's huge. There's no people. I was there only 2 or 3 times. The last time I was there were some people looking for extraterrestrials there. It's a spot that, people who travel the world sit there. So not many people know about it, and it's just this obscure place. And the reason it's important, the energy is important, because it's like nothing else you've ever, experienced. You go there and it's like, whoa, I have no relationship. I have no, compass to what this reminds me of. Nothing, it's these huge, massive stone carving. Nobody knows exactly how they were carved or if they were carved, but they're absolutely faces. And then there's others that are animals. And so me and my guide were there, and I'm looking for water. And there's no lakes. I don't see any lakes. I don't see any streams, but absolutely in some corner, there was a trickling of water that came out of the corner. And so there I put my little Coca-Cola bottle and I filled it up with the water that trickled out of the depths of this place. So to me, this place really signifies what you don't know that you don't know, And it was a kind of camping trip where you get out of your tent at night and you're like, whoa, I need to get back in my tent. You just could feel the energy was alive with things that you really didn't understand and had no context for. So it was really like being in the unknown. And there was not a big waterfall or a big lake. It was a trickle that came out of the crevices of this big stone forest. So that's what the energy of awakening self. And I think I just want to talk a little bit about 3 too, because one of the things about the number 3 state of consciousness is its unification. I'm sure we all resonate with this. Like if you have, say, a pain in your shoulder and it doesn't go away in a day, and you try to put some kind of tiger balm on it or something, and it still doesn't go away. Like your whole life revolves around the pain in your shoulder and nothing else matters. Or say you have an annoying issue at home, like with one of your children or with somebody in your family. Annoying, I mean, like it's a problem that's not solved and it's an emotional problem. And so this kind of takes you over as well. Or say you want to get closer to God, and everything you try, you get distracted for. So these are the three, it's body, mind, and spirit. So what three signifies is how do we be with all of them at once in the center, so that we're spinning around with our emotions, with our bodies, and with our spirit, but we don't get dragged into separating ourselves out, and like just forget that we have a center, and the center being the heart, right? I feel like the trickle is the trickle of our heart. We're a little bit scared to, go deep into our heart. You know, we go so far, we get further and further into our heart, but then we're like, okay, let's distract ourselves. Let's eat chocolate or run, or I don't know, I'm just kidding. Just distract ourselves. So all of this is awakening self, unifying ourself, is like what divides us into our separated pieces is what we want to work on today. We want to step into the center and really know, really know our center. That's it. Once you tap into it, the deepest part of it that you can, that you're, that you allow yourself to, you can never lose that. You do not lose that. It's there. It's there. And that's kind of what I feel very, very emphatic about with this call. I want everyone to really sit into that center, or just acknowledge it, even just acknowledge it, tap into it like the trickle of water, tap into it, and then see if you could sink deep. The thing with the calls, what I've realized is you don't have to do anything. You just have to allow yourself to sink deeper and deeper into the self. The water is called awakening self. The self that's connected to the multidimensional universes that we sort of like hide from, and distract ourselves from. And it's the only thing. If you put your foot into this place, you never lose it. That's the trick. That's the real trick. And that's the real gift. And let me see if anybody want to speak to that, or have anything to yeah, I wrote down too, because Markawasi is a mystery. Nobody knows who did it, how old it is. It's one of those places on the earth. I'm sure nobody's ever heard of this place. And if you ever look it up, you'll be like, whoa, it's like more mysterious than the pyramids, you know? And so it's the place where the mysteries lie. And to me, I call this place in us the place that we don't know that we don't know. And so to allow yourself to go deeper and deeper into the mystery, and it is, we do call ourselves a mystery school. So it kind of fits. And let me just see if I missed anything here. I don't think so. Does everybody get what the gist of this call is? Awakening self. The heart of the self, not the mind self. You know, the mind self is just impossible to shut up. There's the trickle though. Once you find the trickle and just follow the trickle into a deeper place, you basically go unconscious. And when you go unconscious, you discover something so incredibly, powerfully, beautifully, active. You know, you find the depth of who we are as human beings on this planet. And I think as a collective group, I think we're up to that right now. And it's something we don't do alone. And it's something we can only do really as a collective group. And I keep saying this in every call. It's with all of us together that we find this place inside of us, or it finds us right there. It finds us, right? And we meet it and we're like, ooh, And so with that, I hope the sounds just deepen you into it. What came up as the form is a diamond. So it's a simple form. And the diamond has always been fascinating to me because it looks like a rock, like it looks just like a plain old rock. But the way you shine it with another diamond, like all this glitter comes out and these facets. If you look at it this way, you see something. If you look at it that way, you see something. And so it's a perfect form for us to, like, sink into. And so if you don't know anything about the work, you just need 4 stones, and possibly a 5th to put on the heart. And I saw a couple of people and I saw that they had stones in back of them. So that would be helpful. And if you don't have stones, just lay in the music, and that's perfectly fine too. So the first sounds, I like to sort of guide you now, and then you could just forget everything I said. The first thing is to just feel comfortable and safe in a form. And that's one thing I think the Chumpies give us, is like, we're sitting in a form, we're laying in a form, the form that represents, the cells of a tree, the cells of water, the multidimensionality. It's like a form that we sink into. So we don't have to think about like getting somewhere and achieving anything. We're like protected, right? Inside a universal form, and the diamond is a universal form. And then it becomes the foundation that will connect you with more and more and more and more and more of the geometry, the sacred geometry of the place that you're living in, right? And then somebody said they come from Long Island, and then the water, and then New York, and then USA, and then, it just kind of goes on and on and on. And the second part of this is when you feel as though you're in a house that's protecting you and that's safe, then you can illuminate. I wrote down illuminate the facets. So something might come up like where you're worried about something. So just witness it and look at it, right? And or you might feel like your heart pumping a little bit. Just witness that and just look at that, right? Just observe your body, your mind, and your spirit, right? Just observe it. Don't try to stop it, right? And eventually you might just hear your heart beating, and then just it'll take you deeper, perhaps. And then the third thing is that you settle into this place. And here's where the trickle of water comes. And the trickle of water is that place that's the deepest, that's the deep well within your heart, right? And then we're just going to just play sounds with that and just stay in that place. And that's what awakening self is, right? That's kind of the theme of this meditation. Anybody have any questions or observations or anything they want to say about their experiences in 2023 and whatever day it is?
I just have a question what the diamond shape looks like with the 4.
Yeah, the
numbers.
diamond, the diamond is one stone above your head,
Okay.
one stone between your legs, and then one stone, say, horizontal outside your heart, but not wide, because a diamond is like that,
Mm-hmm.
right? I'm going to show you.
Kind of like a kite, but
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, here, like this.
okay.
And then if you have your chumpies, I would just then not know what numbers they are, just
Okay.
pick them intuitively, and then just lay in them, and then put something on your heart. Always like to ground your heart as the center you know, the center of our being is our heart now, which makes our journey quite alive and interesting, you know, because we've never been taught to go deep into our heart. We've been taught to protect our hearts at all costs, right? Don't feel, don't cry, don't laugh too loud, you know. It's kind of, don't do any of that stuff. Just be reserved, be nice, be kind, but don't do any of that, you know. So our heart is like a tricky thing, but we have fun with in all the workshops about like finding the doorway. Even if there's the physical heart that pumps, there's the emotional part. Then beneath that, there's the impersonal heart. But then there's like there's a trap door, there's a side door that we go through to just really try to really journey into a place in our heart that connects our heart with the heart of all things. Our next class is going to be, our next call is going to be all about that. Because I think that, in my humble opinion, that is our work right now, is to find the heart that connects to the heart of what we don't know that we don't know. and there's a doorway that goes in there. So and it's golden and it's light, and you know, it just shines a light on all the darkness so that we're not so scared of dark. We're not so scared of the dark anymore. But I go on and on. Anybody have anything they want to say? No, it's such a quiet group.
Denise,
Eleanor,
Denise?
What?
Go ahead.
on the 3rd, so first we are feeling the form and the safety of that place. Then we are like witnessing some kind of whatever event, or not event, but just something to take us perhaps outside ourselves, if that happens. And then for the 3rd layer of this meditation is just kind of sinking into that deep place of self.
Yeah, that deep place of self and the quieting of the mind without trying. And if you have to, if your mind keeps chattering, try to find this doorway. There's a trap door in there. You know, when you start to look deeper within and make it a journey, the mind shuts up, the mind stops. And the quieting the mind is the 3rd place. And the sounds will take you deeper within it. And here's another thing too. If you're thinking and your mind refuses to stop, but you hear the sounds, the beautiful thing is you could do both at the same time. Don't say, oh, I'm not doing it the right way. Just allow it to happen to you, rather you trying to think there's one way to do this. Then that really is a healing unto itself, you know. Right? You could be scared, feel scared and safe at the same time, I think.
Bonnie,
Yeah.
go ahead. Bonnie has a question.
Okay.
Now I have 7 chumpies.
You
Okay.
do?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And I've been holding the 3 since you said 3. Now I'm kind of like not sure how to work with them. Now if I lay down during this meditation, I want to be on a sofa, so I don't have room around me. Can I just like lay them on me? How does that work?
You're on a sofa, so you could I would put the 3 chumpy on your heart.
Okay.
And then just pick 4 other ones and just put it above your head. You could actually put it on the floor in back if you want. Or you could just lay it on top of your head, you know, close to your head. It could be close to your body or on the floor.
Okay.
Does that answer your question?
Yeah, sort of. I'll figure something out, you know.
It does, yeah, because the placement is around you. It could be on the floor, it could be on the sofa. It doesn't have to be in, you know, like a
Okay.
particular amount of feet away from you.
Okay. All right. I'll figure something out.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, we've also done this sitting, people who are just sitting at a desk. You could put one in back of you, one up in front of you on the floor, and one on either side too. That's perfectly,
Hmm,
you don't have to lay if you
okay. Let me think. I'll do some thinking. Thanks.
don't think. No, just kidding. So you have chumpies, that's cool.
Hello, Eleonora. Hello, everyone.
Hi,
Hello. So happy to see you.
yeah, same here.
Topic you're bringing in today. I cannot give you enough stories to tell you how divinely timed your message is.
Oh,
And
good.
that's like, so what's up, right? It's so about how does above and below spark my heart now? Like, that's the main game. Like, how do I live there? How do I learn patterns from my heart? So I too picked that 3-1 and I did the random pick. And I just felt totally called energetically to make sure I came to this. So I'm trusting the chumpies because I bring them a lot of places that I go. No one really knows what they are. They're kind of like this little box of things I take with me. And I just always pray for the energies to work together towards oneness and to use me well and to teach me why these things and me have this relationship. I've had them for
Yeah.
years and I'm just like, I don't know. I'm not sure. Every now and then they come in and out, but I know that they're keeping a good story and I trust them.
Mm, mm. Yeah, it's that light language that's coming alive, and that the calls are really about too, is about, well, they're, letting the chumpies begin to talk through you and use you. We are made up of 12 states of consciousness, and each one of those represents that in a rock form. That's what's so cool about them too. They're in a rock form. They're not like etheric, they're stones. Then the waters, though, we introduced too, because the waters came along, and there's 12 of them, well, 13. And they also have like a frequency that comes from the depths of the earth. They come from places where the water was there millions of years, it's not just like so they kind of click together, right? So I think the stones are talking more and more now, because the foundation is something we could all use, so that we don't keep spinning in our own ways of looking at things. It's like, no, it's a pyramid, it's a rock, it's got points, So yeah, thanks for being here. Yeah, the heart is what's up now. And I feel that about the group. Anybody else? Well, let's get started. So I am going to just, I don't know.
You're going to change your sound to,
Right. Okay. Mhm.
Good.
All right. Okay, so everybody can get ready. I'll give you a few minutes, and then we'll just channel in some sounds. And when you're ready, we can meet back here.
That sounded good tonight. Oh my Lord. The best
Yeah.
the sounds ever transmitted. It was remarkable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
All systems clear.
Yeah. Felt like there's a little magic in the air here. Yeah. Anybody, any observations or any comments? Lori?
Yeah, it was very magical, like a wizard like star like for me. And I felt very safe. It was very gentle energy, like a lot ruby colors, like a warm blanket of ruby colors, very floaty within the structure. And like trickling from the heart, almost like, you know, like when oil kind of seeps out of the ground. I felt like that coming from the heart in a gentle way. And then some lavender, a lot of colors tonight, a lot of colors, and but very loving and gentle. Yeah.
Yeah, I felt that way too.
Yeah, thank you. Ooh. But powerful, but in a gentle way, but like really moving.
I like that combination, right? Gentle but powerful.
Yeah,
Yes. Yeah. Like the roaring stream out there, you know, it's very calm. But then with that one rain that we got, it's roaring.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like here I am.
Yeah.
Bonnie has her hand up.
Hey, Bonnie.
Well, what I ended up doing with my chunkies is I had a pillow. So above my head, I put one, the 3-point I put here, and then I just staggered them down my stomach and then 2 between my legs.
Okay.
So when it started, I thought of the thing that's like causing me worry or whatever. And usually I try to ignore it or not think about it, or, you know, not just ignore it or not think about it. So like I observed it, and at first I was like, ugh. And then it was like a release, like a calming energy kind of. I was able to observe it and I didn't feel like all like tight anymore. So that was really neat. Thank you. It was really neat.
That I think that says a lot, you know, when you don't, you know, you observe your worry in your mind, and that in and of itself is a healing. That's what you call a healing, right? Because you're able to see it, you're able to witness yourself and not do anything about it. And eventually, you know, the mind's like that, don't you think? Like if you keep feeding it, you know, it keeps just like affirmations were a thing back in the, you know, I don't know, I guess they still are a thing. I am going to lose weight. And then, I mean, your subconscious will say, are you crazy? Of course you're not. And it's like that battle with the mind. So just to observe yourself, I think is the key. It's like yeah, nice.
Shay has her hand up.
Okay, Shay.
Actually, wait, before we go on, Bonnie says she says affirmations every day. Elle, do you want to offer your frame for
Oh, yeah,
affirmations? Because
yeah,
that changes
Bonnie.
everything for me.
Yes, I'm sorry. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, this is something to really consider. Say, I am becoming. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Say becoming, and you can say whatever you want after it, but if you say, I am becoming blah, 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 your mind goes like, oh, okay.
Oh,
It
well,
accepts.
I usually go, I am confident, I am strong, I am resourceful, like, but
Oh, there'll
like,
be that voice in back of your head that said like,
even
no,
though
you're
sometimes I'm not quite feeling it, I still say it, because if you say it with intention, like it will happen, like,
from
but yeah,
years.
I do affirmations every day. And
Okay, say every day in every way, I am becoming more confident. See how
right.
it sounds? It sounds like, oh, all right, okay.
Yeah.
And it goes into your energy system a lot more gently. And then before you know it, you're walking
Then you
around
are.
really confident. Yeah. That's a good point. Yeah, that's really, yeah. It makes the whole difference.
Every day in every way.
Yeah, every day in every way, I'm becoming confident. Yeah.
Shay has
Shay?
her hand up next. Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I came face to face with the jaguar,
Okay.
like right in my face, like purple, black face of the jaguar in my face, green eyes, breathing on me. Very, very cool. Very cool. I haven't had that in a long time. I don't know what it means, but very cool. I also saw an elephant, a monkey, a German shepherd, and a butterfly, but the jaguar was so right in my face, like scary almost. I mean, I
But
could hear him breathing.
mm, right, that is such a very cool sign, because it's like scary but not. It's so, the jaguar is so present. It's so still and present, and it knows everything around it. It's so like sensual, but very present, all about now, not tomorrow, not yesterday, all about now. That's great. Take out your jaguar stone or whatever, sleep with it.
Yeah, I'm never afraid when I'm in your energy, like when you're there. So I wasn't afraid of the animal, but it was like alive. It was very
Oh,
real, Al.
right.
Long time I haven't had that jaguar show up.
Got visitation.
It was unbelievable. I could hear him. I can hear the animal breathing. It's like right in my face, like face, nose to nose. Wild, wild. Animal kingdom. I'm bringing the animal kingdom.
I think we had, who else needs to say something?
Garisha's next.
Okay.
Nice. The jaguar. There was somebody yesterday talking all about the jaguar medicine. I love the synchronicity. And today I did a prayer around the diamond and the violet flame. So for me, when I put the diamond in, I felt the energy come up through the center of me, and I started to see that violet flame. And once it came in, I sunk in, and I did that heart exploration, sort of. I mostly just breathe and let stuff happen. But as I let it happen, I noticed the spirals in my chakras moving differently. And then when it got to my heart, it went into a spiral. And then from there, I went deeper into my heart, where I did find some moisture, some trickle, as you speak, I love that. Like, just kind of like, like it was more like I sensed it, like almost like I smelled water kind of thing, if that's possible. But overall, it was a nice sink into the diamond, and I was excited to meet it. And yeah, I enjoyed it completely. Thank you.
Anybody else?
Rosaria has her hand up.
Rosario?
Lately, what's been happening is I go into meditation and I feel like I'm a tree, a tall tree, very tall tree, and my roots are going down very deep and I'm swaying with the wind. Today, just now, I experienced the same thing, but I stood above the tree. I was the tree, but I'm looking at myself as the tree, if that makes sense. That's what I was doing. Like I could see earth type of thing. And I love it because this is like, ever since I got my attunements for the Reiki to become a Reiki master, it happens all the time. But this time I watched myself being the tree, but I was seeing myself from above. I
Mm.
love that. It was like, I've never experienced anything like that.
That's kind of like bilocating. That's like being able to be outside yourself, but be in yourself. I mean, that's what channelers are trained to do. Like they're outside themselves, meaning they can watch themselves and still, still be together. It's like a non-dualistic state, right? Duality is like when you're here, and then when you meditate, sometimes you go there. But to be able to do both is like it's next level.
This just happened. I'm like, wow. I watch myself being a tree. I love that. Like I said, I sway. I became that tree. But today, I just saw myself from above as the tree. It's never happened before. I appreciate that. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. We're very happy tonight to like have everyone speak too, and have everyone be part of the collective by, sharing the experience. Yeah. And what I'm told is that this kind of meditation is not just that you do it and then it goes away, that it's really something that enters a cellular place where your body remembers, even if we forget, body remembers the meditation and the experience of it. And yeah, Marisa, do you have any thoughts?
It was just, I melted in just the best possible way to that. I mean, you know me, when I run out of words, something magical has happened. Right? When I got nothing to say. Really just feeling that the heart chamber opening straight up into that gold. It's like being, it was interesting. It was very dry at first. It was really that golden stone chamber, and then just kind of melting into the earth and to the dampness beneath. It was just really gorgeous. So wordless and perfect.
And thank you everyone for allowing me to also just be guided, with what to hit next and what to come in. And I agree with Lori. It did feel very, very Jaguar-like in like the sense that it was very present, but also strong in that way, like a tree, like the Jaguar. But also very gentle at the same time. There was like a gentleness to it as well. So, well, I wish everyone a very good night, and yeah, check the box off. And when is it again? June.
Yes, the June 8th is going to be the next Virtual Wisdom Council call. That's sort of like a Virtual Wisdom Council plus. We're really sort of excited to, this group has been so core for so long, and now we're just looking to find a few new ways to, call in some new people. I think Elle's going to do a bit more to sort of describe the basics of chill, so that people who maybe haven't been here before will be able to. But it was so great to have so many folks here coming for the first time and just weaving so seamlessly in. But as we say goodnight, I just wanted to take a quick moment, if I could, to show everybody how to sign up for the new chill class that is available to watch online. This is our homepage. If you haven't been to the website in the last maybe 6 months ago, we updated the site when the new book came out. But in addition to those two things, Eleonora has also produced a new on-demand video course of the intro class. So if you go to the homepage and scooch right down to upcoming workshops and events and click on begin here, you would be able to get the video right away to watch, and also order the book if you haven't done so already, because it's really the ideal companion to go with the training there. So let us know if you have any questions. It's like, you know, they say the paint's not dry on opening night of the play. I was in a lot of drama productions when the paint would still be dry on the wet on the set as you walked out. We just got this up today, so if you run into any bumps, please let us know. But all the systems should be working well to really dive right in with this work. I know that timing is always hard to be all the places at once, but this can be wherever you are. So it'd be wonderful to have more people experience this work and really go even deeper than we were able to go today, because you get the basics of what's really happening if you haven't explored it already. So
Thanks, Marisa.
thank
And good night to
you.
everyone. And also feel free to email me too, if you have an observation or for any reason whatsoever. I would be happy to connect. And yeah, we are the ones, right? Everyone knows that quote. We are the ones, and now is the time. So good night, everybody, and we'll see you again. Okay.
Thank
bye-bye.
you. Good night,
Thank you.
everybody.
Mm,
Thank
See
you.
ya.
Thanks all.
Good night, everyone.
Bye bye.
Thank
Bye.
you. Good night.
Good night.